Hey guys, and welcome to another Marvel video. Today we're going to be talking about the Fantastic Four. As you have seen in my previous video, no doubt, you have seen what the heroes actually look like. If you don't, here's them on screen. But just so that you know, we did a poll recently on the 18th of February, and I asked you guys, who is your favorite Fantastic Four member? I was like just curious, and I was like, let's see what people say. At first, Mr. Fantastic was in the lead, but then, like, after 200 votes, it's like everyone shifted their vote to the Human Torch. The Human Torch is everyone's majority favorite hero of the Fantastic Four with a 52% vote rating out of 462 votes. In second place, we have Mr. Fantastic with 21% of the vote, and then Susan Storm, the Invisible Woman, at 15%, and Thing, the least favorite, 12%, because shame, man, come on, guys. Can't you guys be nicer to Thing? But anyway, that's not the main point of this video. I already know who your favorite Fantastic Four member is. Let's talk about what these heroes might play like in the game Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Let's see what we can come up with, what ideas and playstyle abilities that we'll have. So let's start off with the right at the top there, Mr. Fantastic. Now, a lot of people, including myself, have speculated that he might have a similar ability kit to Miss Marvel, because they both kind of have that elasticity type of moves and stretchiness and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think he will share the exact same abilities, like the same kind of punch, the same thing. I think he's gonna have a different, like a kind of spin-off of that kind of concept. Obviously, because he's stretchy, he has to have attacks that are stretchy. So maybe he's gonna have like long ass reach punches, like where you can punch people from like really far away. But I suppose Miss Marvel can do a form of that as well. So it's very hard to kind of picture Mr. Fantastic without giving him Miss Marvel's abilities in my head. I just really hope, for my sake, I really hope he has like a spinning attack. Doesn't have to be his leg. Maybe he, like, takes out his hands and he like stretches them out and like he just helicopters, dude. He just helicopters his hands around, and I could use that as my new team, as my new replacement for Miss Marvel. And I just have like Wasp or someone with rapid fire shoot into his arms, and he can just replace that kind of spin to win combo, which is like really fun to do. So I'm hoping he has that, and with his beard, he looks so cool, dude. He looks epic. So I'm hoping for that. I actually don't know what else to kind of assign to him. I honestly, I just see him as a Miss Marvel kind of like copy paste, but like just change the homework a little bit. Let's talk about Human Torch. Now, Human Torch is the one that's going to be quite interesting. I've got a few ideas for him. I personally think he's going to have like a flame charge kind of thing, similar to kind of like Phoenix's kind of like flying forward with the flames and burning the ground and like charging into enemies with flame. But I'm hoping he has kind of like some flame spin, like maybe where he like flies in a circle and creates like a flame tornado, or like a flame kind of like tornado, yeah, kind of a tornado kind of thing, not an actual tornado, but flying in the form of a tornado, creating fire in that kind of region, and then like just like with an explosion uppercut kind of synergy damage kind of attack. I don't know what to actually call the ability itself. Each ability has like a subpower kind of thing that it can create, like catalyst or whatever. All the different things that's their synergies, man. I don't know how to explain it. I also think he might have an AoE flame, like maybe like a kind of like a charged AoE flame in the boof, like a release, and then just burns everything around him. That sounds like it'll be something he might have. I'm guessing he's gonna get a lot of his inspiration from a hero like Phoenix. I'm honestly seeing like a lot of Phoenix in just his design. Like, look at how he's got his arm stretched out like he's got wings. I mean, like, that's just like shouting like Phoenix to me. Like, I was like, oh god, please don't be a Phoenix copy paste, please. Please have like stronger flame abilities. Keep the flame aesthetic and just be strong, dude. I just hope he's strong, because I'm actually interested in him as well. He's really cool as a hero. The concept of vibe that he drops off, like, that's very cool. Let's talk about Susan Storm, the Invisible Woman, next. Now, she obviously controls force fields. A lot of people saying she's like the strongest member. People are really going out of their way to say she's the strongest member. I don't really know if she's the strongest member. Like, I've never read the comic books. I've just watched the old movies and everything. So I'm coming at that kind of point of view. But she does have probably the most, creativity behind her build, because she can wield force fields. She can wield them in so many different ways. And like, the first thing that comes to mind obviously is Well, a shield. Like, she can probably create a shield that like protects herself, or maybe even her allies, like a defensive shield for her whole team or something like that. Maybe even like force fields that can like push enemies back, like a knockback effect. You know, for like safety, defensive purposes. Doesn't seem really useful for like a glass cannon type of build that you want to build at end game. You kind of want to keep enemies all packed together, not pushed away. Um, because she's the invisible woman, I'm very confused about how her invisibility is going to be actually used or utilized in the game. Like, how can she use invisibility? And I was like, okay, if she could go invisible, like in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, this game here, what benefits could we get? The first thing I can think of is maybe like enemies don't target her because they don't see her. So maybe she has like that defensive kind of. She doesn't have any aggro. She doesn't pull aggro from enemies, so she doesn't get attacked at any time because she's just invisible. Enemies don't see her. That could be a kind of like spin-off play that they can use on her, which might be very interesting. Something that I thought would be kind of cool for her character is like, she can control these force fields. I wonder if she can maybe shoot them in essence, like kind of shoot them off like very quickly. Maybe kind of some invisible shield force field bolts, like shield bolts. It sounds odd, but like I'm imagining her playstyle where she can like shoot off like shields and like like a maybe like a shockwave kind of shield or something. Crushing ability where she can grab enemies between like two invisible walls and crush them. That's kind of what I see on her hero or as a playable hero in the game. Talking about Thing, the final hero on this team here, all I can think about is I just see Hulk. Like you probably see it too. Everyone probably sees Hulk, Luke Cage, that kind of vibe with Thing. He's just going to basically be in that like whole tanky meta. From the picture, it actually looks like he's doing a charge. So I can almost assume that he's going to have a charge ability. I mean, like all of the bulkier heroes, the tanky heroes, have like a charge ability. So he's definitely gonna have a charge ability, in my opinion. I say definitely, but like that's just like a really, really, really hopeful guess. I think he's gonna have a charge ability. I also think he should have like a earthquake kind of smash ability, like it's clobbering time, and then smashes the ground and like everything around him like takes damage or something like that. I'm envisioning that kind of ability for him. I'm also envisioning kind of a defensive stance because obviously he's made out of rock. You'd think like maybe he could just like block his arms together. Like I'm just basically like his normal block, to be honest. But I think it should be implemented in a type of kind of ability kind of thing, and then maybe after he's like taken all this damage, kind of like release a shockwave or a burst of I have no idea how to explain this for Thing. Like he's just gonna be bulky, dude. I think he's gonna have like charges. I don't think he's going to have like a Hulk's kind of move where he lifts the ground up and throws like a piece of the floor at people. I don't see him having that. I see him having a charge. I see him having like an earthquake smash kind of ability that does AoE damage. To be honest, I can't actually guess what his other two abilities are. Let me know in the comments below, dudes, what you would give these heroes as a build if I've left something out that you thought like is a very, very possible option for ability for any of these heroes. Let me know in the comments below. Let's talk. Let's try hype this up and build these heroes before they build to kind of guess where the game would take them and how they could actually be really cool or utilized in the best way. I'm very excited to see what you guys say. Let me know. Thanks for watching, dudes.